I am here with Enoch Brown, who is running for the position of village trustee. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am I'm happy to interview you because you're one of the few people who are running that I don't know that well. So I'm anxious to hear your story.
Mm-hmm.
First, just tell me about you. Tell me you're growing up here and why you decided to run.
Grew up here all my life, and I left here in '80. Went to Kent State University,
Oh.
And then I came back. My sister had a transfer, kidney transfer at the time, and that wanted to help my parents out. But during those times here, growing up in Highland Falls, our community was so connected, so diverse, and we all stuck together, and we want to try to, continue that, and, because I see the lack of that now that, more Hispanic, we didn't have that many Hispanics during that time
Mhm.
as we do now,
Mhm.
and in my community, we grew up, as I always say, it take a village to raise a child, and
You were one of
they
those
did
children.
that, yes. No matter what our background was, no matter if Mr. Marr, my friend Jeff, we was good friends. Brian Kemp, Tussolini's,
Every race, color, and creed.
and we stuck together like, no other. I didn't see racism until I went to Kent State University, but, just to hear about the thing that's going on now, all over in Highland Falls, because you got your hidden racism, here also, I just want to be here to bring that diversity back.
Do you think we can bring it back?
Yeah, I believe so. You get the right people in office. You have to lead by example first in order to bring stuff back like that, to bring that diversity back, to where it used to be. It had to be worked on. People got to want it,
And it does take continued work.
Yes, continue working. My uncle, my late Uncle Harold, he always believed in that diversity and, strong community also. When he was running, I hope that I could, contribute in the way that he done when he was in office.
He was a great longtime member of the village board.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
He was.
So how did you end up running with Joe and Merv?
When my uncle, I believe it was 5 or 6 years ago, stepped down, not only him or, Tilo or other people was asking me and said that they, I should run for trustee. I wasn't ready yet. I was busy, very busy at that time. And I still think I'm busy, busy now. And what happened is that I had ran into Merv one day. And he said, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I literally almost hit his car. I was texting. I stopped at the stop sign. I was texting on Center and Mountain Avenue. And I looked both ways after I told that person that I was on my way. And Merv was coming up Mountain Avenue, and I almost hit, and he stopped, and the first thing I said, because before I recognized him, the first thing I said, Merv, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. And I didn't say Merv. I said, I did not see you. I'm so sorry, right? And then Merv said, is that Enoch Brown? I said, yeah, okay, Merv, that's you. He said, man, I got to ask you a question. So he said, can you follow me into the school? And I was already late going where I needed to be. So I followed there, we talked, and he asked me, about running for trustee. He said, well, think about it, and I thought about it for 3 days. I still feel rushed now, but I thought about it 3 days. I said, let me give it a shot, even though, I'm busy, I'm always doing something. I said, let me give it a shot to see, because I was already in the back of my mind to look at it and see how can I get back.
How can you help?
Because I was looking to get back.
Looking, as someone who's lived here for a long time, grew up here, and looking at it now, can you see some of the problems in the community that need fixed? What is your idea of how can we return it to how it was?
I think there should be more recreational things, in Highland Falls for the kids to do. And what I mean by that, during the summer, there was a guy named Mickey, and Mickey Sullivan, I believe his name, and he did recreational summer program with United, other recreational program, whether it's from Cornwall, West Point. He even did New York City along with a guy named Leroy Campbell. And that's when Lady Cliff was there, you know, with the school was still there, Lady Cliff, and the people that came up from the city, they stayed there for the summer, and they had beautiful recreational championship basketball. The park stayed full. You don't even see the park being utilized like we used to utilize it. You know, you got these games, you know, these PlayStations and Xboxes that
Right.
came in.
They
That's
come
what
inside.
that would, you know, take the kids' time, I believe.
The current administration, with some other grants and other assistance, worked hard recently redoing that basketball court over at Road
Yes,
Park.
I saw that.
I'm sure that'd be nice to
beautiful.
see it filled.
Yes, yes, and utilized. I hope it's not just being built, you know, for no reason. You know, we used to go over there. We'd be there all day, whether it was playing basketball, football, go home for lunch, you know, with the kids in the neighborhood, eat something, go right back out, you know, out there and play to the evening time, go get dinner. The lights used to go off at 9 o'clock, right, automatic. But we used to sneak back over there and turn the lights back on. And, you know, and that brought, you know, because you see the decline in them taking that athleticism to, you know, organize basketball within the school, you know, which we took pride in, you know, and you don't see that anymore with the kids, you know, taking pride, because what you practice out here, you'll take to the next level, you know. And that's why I believe that, you know, doing that and giving them something to do, you know, at least try and start
Sure.
that program, you
Sure.
know.
And what about Main Street? Main Street's changed a lot through the years. The businesses are struggling. Can the village board somehow help them, do you think?
Like, well, you know, they have to have get some kind of connection with West Point and get West Point to support also. I don't believe West Point, you know, support Highland Falls enough. You know, you got Shades. I know some people that won't deal with Shade because Shade won't even deliver in Highland Falls. You know, so, you know, I think they need to bring the people and businesses here and come together and see what they, you know, could do to draw more people here. Because not too long ago, I was hearing about this hotel that was supposed to be going on that might have brought a lot of business here, but, you know, West Point grad, but they want to take, but they want to take his idea to take parking, you know, away. So if you're struggling now, how are you going to take the parking away from, you know, the people that's already been here, established as a businesses?
On the side streets
Yes.
and whatnot. COVID has impacted a lot, like that new hotel, and that's gonna take some time to recover from. It's something that the board will have to work at.
Right. Is it because the board's stopping them, or is it not, or is it him that's not, you know, being forward? Because you're on the other end down there, they have that church being built,
Right.
you know, so why can't this hotel go up and be built? What's stopping that? I don't know, I'm not inside.
But that would be something you'd end up working on the
Yes.
village board, absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
Something that's been talked about a lot lately is consolidation. As you know, there's a town police department and a village police department and a town highway and a town village. Do you have any thoughts on that? Should they be brought together?
Police officers, I think it should stay the same. And not only that, you know, full-time chief, as they said, as it's always been, you know, and I think they should bring police, if they're gonna bring police officer here, let it be police officer who knows the community, get out and know the community, because you have a lot of police officers that they hire from outside, you know, or do they care about the community, you know, that's here, you know, even though you're not from here. I think a person that, you know, from being here but care about the community and how they deal with people, you know, whether,
If it comes down to saving a lot of tax money to do it, that would be something to look at, how best to merge them if it were to save money?
if it would, you know, save money, so what is are they gonna go to Howard Falls, or, you know, are you gonna consolidate, you know, are you gonna be in the middle, you know?
That's what would have to be
Yeah,
figured
and
out.
if it's gonna, you know, if that's gonna save money, yes. But I don't think just, police officers, you know, or the police station, you know, where the only cuts should be, you know, or consolidation, consolidation gonna be, you know, so. You know, until I get inside and, you know, and have an understanding more, you know, because at one time I didn't even like politics, because
Right.
to hear the negative stuff out here, but if I can do something for the good, you know.
And for some of our senior citizens, for instance, saving them some tax money would be helpful.
Yeah, to keep them from fleeing and running, you know, because a lot of them moving, selling their houses because of the taxes, you know, keep going up, you know. And to me, like I said, I'm not inside. I don't know what's going on. I remember we used to have, you know, middle school program, you know, to develop them for the next level of going to the high school, you know, and if, you know, if that's supposed to be saving money, you know, where's all that, you know, the money going?
Right.
You know, why the taxes still keep rising and rising?
Do your parents still live in the house you grew up in?
Yes, they do, yeah.
If you could do something for your parents, or if you got on the village board and could do something for your parents or the people their age who live here, what would it be? What
Trying
could,
to save them money in taxes, you know.
while still providing the good police
Yes,
services and
yes.
whatnot?
Mm-hmm, yeah, the ambulance, that's on the other side, they need to be here more, because people don't know to call, what, 9411?
4911 or versus 911?
Yeah, and they call, you know, what is it, 911, and then they get somebody way out in, what is that,
Goshen.
Goshen
yeah.
County, yeah. You know, instead of, and they're right down here, you know, right down in Fort Montgomery.
So maybe some outreach to the senior citizens to help them understand
Mm-hmm. And,
how to best survive.
yeah, and maybe, you know, maybe a transportation program for a lot of the senior citizens too, because there's a lot of senior citizens that are lonely, that are, you know, by themselves and can't get around, you know, because they don't, you know, never had kids, or their kids are not here,
Right.
you know.
Or their kids, have moved away
Right,
and
mhm.
they're here by themselves still.
Right, yeah, and I see a lot of that, you know, walking struggles, because me, I ride down the street, you know, not even if they don't know me, they ask them, you know, are they okay, you know, do they need a ride, you know, and maybe they don't accept a ride because they don't know me, and they say that they, you know, that they're okay, but I see that there's a need for some type of transportation for them, you know, if you know, if you can afford it, is affordable, you know.
Like maybe the town dial-a-bus, but going further to
Mhm.
doctor's appointments out of town and things
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that would save, you know, a lot of stress and a lot of lives, you know.
Yeah.
If we can, you do that.
The churches pick up some of the slack, I think,
Mhm.
which is helpful.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know at the church we doing it, you know, been shut down because of the COVID. They doing everything virtually on the
Yes.
phone, and, you know, and they do have that on the website where they can come and, you know, and still people donate food and stuff, you know, out of the basement,
Right.
you know, out of the basement of the church, and they can come there. I guess they forget what days it is, you know, and pick out what they need or what they want, you know, so. that's what-
COVID has brought us together in some ways, even though we're apart in some ways.
Right, yeah.
We're together in some ways.
Mhm. So I believe, yeah, the COVID, it's here to stay. It, you know, it changed the way, it's here to stay. To me, I believe it's here to stay like the flu is, you know, so we just have to like take the shot, you know, prevent from getting or fight against whatever the vaccine doing. You know, that's the only way that we're gonna try to get some kind of normal back,
Right.
I believe. I don't think it's gonna be the same, but, you know, even now, you know, you got the bars are struggling, businesses are struggling, and they were struggling before the COVID. Now they really struggling, so hopefully that we can keep praying about it and get some kind of normalcy back.
Did you enjoy growing up in Highland Falls?
Yes, I did. All my friends are still my friends today. True friends, what I'm saying? It's hard to say that, I moved somewhere else and then you're meeting people, even at this, this time, because I'm older, are they, are they truly your friend? But I can say that the people that I grew up with here, that we did everything together, fought together, played together, are truly my friends, and they're coming up from all backgrounds.
Many of them still live here?
Yes, they do.
That's good.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy serving them on the village board?
Oh, yes. Yes, I would, yeah. And, I want to do whatever I can do, then for the needs of the people. I'm
To
not,
listen to
but
what they say.
Yeah, because I always had integrity. I can't be bought. I'm here for, for the people, and been hearing, negative stuff from other sides, and I'm like, and then I go to thinking like, what is it that they have to resort to negative, language or lies that they want to position,
Sure.
so bad. I'm not that type of person,
Well, I appreciate your time today. If someone wants to get in touch with you in the week up to the election, what's the best way to do that?
My number is down 914-382-2733, and the Gmail account is SIRE3@gmail.com.
Great.
SIRE3.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank
You have a good afternoon.
Thank you.